Hi guys, welcome back. We are going to do a get ready with me. I'm going to be using the new Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette, giving you my thoughts on it. I didn't do a full review on it because it came during the week when I was working, but I still want to give you my thoughts and we'll talk a little bit about life. Okay, so you guys know this is a serious get ready with me because I don't even have brows on. Just kidding. I wanted to do a little get ready with me and just chit chat about stuff and what I've been up to. I've been very intentionally thinking about what my return to YouTube looks like, the cadence of filming schedule and all of that. And you know, I was talking about this with my friends the other day. You guys, a lot of you guys know that I'm really good friends with Kara from Beauty and the Frizz and Ash from Dr. Ash and her makeup. We talk daily. We're pretty much best friends. But we were talking about it, and then you know what hit me? I was like, yes, this is the busiest that I've ever been work-wise. This is going to be like the first full year back at work after my husband almost died last year, or 2021 of COVID. So, it's been a lot of rebuilding when it comes to my career, things like that. But what I realized is that it was just like an epiphany, like I was just sitting there talking to them and then it hit me. Like, I started YouTube after my mom passed away and we had just moved to Texas and we were shut down because of the pandemic. So there was a lot of uncertainty, chaos, a lot of mourning, a lot of pain that I just found YouTube to be a creative outlet for. And it was really healing, but then it also gave me something else to just kind of pour myself into. And then the following year, 2021, I remained consistent for the most part, was just in love with all the new makeup. It was a new world to me. And we were still, for the most part, locked down, working from home, not much going on. And then towards the end of 2021, maybe I started being a little inconsistent, but not much. Then my husband gets sick and he was in the hospital for 9 months with COVID. So he almost died. And I go back on my channel and I realized that during that time, when he was in the hospital, even though I was at the hospital every day with the kids every day, I was still filming almost every day and uploading regularly. And I was talking to Kara yesterday, and I was like, you know what I'm realizing? It's like my relationship with YouTube is, I see it as an escape for not dealing with my feelings or going through something painful. Like I'm just connecting it the wrong way in my brain. YouTube's like the place I go when everything's wrong. And I just want to get away from it and, just unplug for a little bit. But I don't want it to be. I love this community so much. I love new makeup so much. And I found some really good friends here on YouTube, so I don't want it to be. I really enjoy the creative process. I like filming, but I love editing. And so I miss all of that. And I think having a hobby like that is good, as long as it's balanced, because I wasn't very balanced when I had just started YouTube. I'm kind of like that. I'm an intense person. If I'm going in, I'm going all in, So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at right now. And realizing that, having that epiphany is really exciting because now that I kind of know what my brain's doing, I can guide it to go the way I want to go. So I'm hoping that this will be just like a new connection that I make with all of you and with YouTube. Like, hey, this is not the place that I come to escape or to mourn or to heal. This is my happy place. Like, I like being here because I get to play and just be who I am and, have fun, talk about things that aren't so serious because, as you know, things around the world are kind of serious right now. So anyway, I just think, finding, once you realize your relationship to things, like your relationship to YouTube, to a certain place, to money. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It can really get real, but that's where we're at and I'm happy to be here. So I finished my brows off camera, but now what I normally do is I go in with my primer, and the primer that has kind of been in every single day for a few months is my Danessa Myricks Blur Balm. I'm going to tell you, first of all, I'm happy that I hit pan, but it took me a while, you guys. It took me a while to figure out if this worked for me or not. And I would always ask Danessa, like in the comments on Instagram, like, what skin type are you? Because this was not working for me. And she said she was oily skin type, which made me more confused. And what I realized is I do need to give it a little bit of time to dry down. And because of my oily skin, what I do is I do this Blur Balm. It's a Blur Balm powder. And then I do a little bit of regular powder, whether it be pressed or loose. I'll do a little bit of powder and just let it sit there while I do my eyes. Love it. Okay, so while we let that dry, let's get into this eye palette. And I'll talk a little bit about it, but then I want to tell you some other stuff that's going on. So this is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. I'm sure you've seen it everywhere recently because it's everywhere. That's what the palette looks like. I've already swatched it and used it a couple times. Natasha Denona called this the biggest launch of the year for her brand. And I don't know, is it? I guess you can call it whatever you want. I find undertones and the way that certain shades work with your undertones really interesting, because when I use the palette, like right away I was like, I need a few more darker shades and this isn't deep enough, and it was really pretty, but that's just how I felt. Then I've seen since some creators that have deeper skin complexion than I do upload some looks and they're gorgeous. So I don't know. I just think for me, we needed more than just the silhouette shade, you know, the deepest shade in the palette. We needed something more, but that's just me. I'm going to do a very easy look, like you see that? Even though it's a deep color, it doesn't. The new Nomad Cosmetics palette has a deeper brown, a couple deeper brown hued colors than this, so I like it, but did we need it, or is it the biggest launch of the year? I don't know. It's Natasha Denona quality, like what's not to love, but it's not sure. Did you guys get it? I'm just curious to see what you guys thought. Like, I'm going in with the shade Vague, the salmon color. I like that one. Did you guys get it? I'm curious to see what you guys think. But yeah, those were my initial thoughts. I did have collab post go up with my friend Sunsaray from Enamored Beauty. We have different skin tones. She has a much deeper skin tone, just to kind of show what it looks like on medium and deep skin tone. Her skin tone's not the deepest, but it's a good comparison. So go check me out on Instagram because you'll be able to see that. But I mean, it's pretty. They're pretty colors. Definitely perfect for fall. I'm going to go into the shade Stone, this one here, and just clean it all up. That actually looks really pretty. Let me fix this corner though. Okay, then I'm grabbing my Pat McGrath Intensifies. I don't know why, but I get on with this way better than any glitter glue, honestly. And let's see what shimmer we can use. I think I want to use Delilah. I want to use Delilah and Mia. So this is Delilah here. It's pretty. And then Mia is the pink one here. I want to see what that does. I'm just going to use my finger and just place it down. Oh, that's so pretty. Let me bring you in. You see that? Oh my God. I will say I'm totally living for these like pewter shimmers. That looks gorgeous. Then I'm gonna do Mia in the inner corner, which looks really light, but that's just the perfect shade. Wow, Mia's beautiful. Look at that. I'm gonna grab this tiny little brush and get in there with Mia. Wow, that looks really beautiful. What do you think? Do we need eyeliner? Nah, I think we're good. That looks gorgeous. Okay, so the eyes are done. Oh, those look really, really pretty. I'll do my mascara later. So next, I wanted to show you the foundation that I've been using every single day because I love it so much. It's the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Tint. not the foundation. I heard that that was more for dry skin types, but I'm not sure. This is shade 6, and it's just a tad bit too golden for me. So what I do is I always mix in the LA Girl Pro mix-ins. But oh my gosh, you guys, this skin tint, it's just the right amount of coverage. It's perfect for oily skin type. I mean, I have to use very minimal powder because it just works so well with my skin type. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited about Danessa Myricks in general recently because I don't know. I feel like she really tries to bring like new innovative products to us. So anyway, her new palette is on its way to me. So I'll do a video with that. But yeah, I'm loving this skin tint. So let me tell you guys what I'm doing. So a couple weeks ago, I have been on this journey with my health, with just paying attention to what I'm putting in my body, things like that. I very seriously reduced my alcohol intake a couple months ago, I would say. And it was just slowly, like not buying it for the house. But when going out to dinner, I would have a glass or two, you know, whatever, that kind of thing. Then one day I had gotten home from work and I went to go lay down for a little bit. I didn't feel too good because I don't know if you guys have Slim Chickens in your area, but basically, it's like a Cane's, like fried chicken strips, wings, that sort of thing. Anyway, my kids wanted to try it, so we got it. I literally had, you guys, like one chicken strip, and I felt awful. Like, I was so sick to my stomach. I went to go lay down and just kind of watch TV, and then my boys have been, like, working out and training every day, and so the little one was kind of resisting it at first. So anyway, the boys, like, walk into my room, and they're arguing because they're trying to make the 13-year-old work out with them, you know, whatever. And so I tell the little one, I say, hey, let's all go work out. I'm going to go too. I feel like crap. Like I need to go for a walk at least, whatever. So we all go outside and I take a walk with my 23-year-old. And we're just doing a little bit of strength or resistance training and jogging. And I'm like, dude, I just don't feel good. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's time to take it to the next level. Like, I've made a lot of positive changes, but my diet, I'm not a big eater, but I wasn't making the best food choices. And so I'm like, I really need to clean up my diet. And you guys, I'm like walking, I'm bloated, I feel nauseous, like I am sick to my stomach. And then he was like, Mom, why don't we just like go very, very basic and like start an all fruit diet? And I'm like, all fruit? And so like, you know, going back to how I grew up, my mom used to say, don't eat too much fruit because that's a lot of sugar. And my dad was diabetic. So I think she started saying that because my dad would eat a lot of fruit, you know? And as a diabetic, you really can't be doing a ton of fruit either, right? So that's kind of how we grew up, just thinking like fruit is healthy, but not a lot, right? Like just a little bit. And so my son was like, well, I watched this video and it says like, yeah, like the reason that it's not good to do a bunch of fruit is because we're combining it with fats and carbs from animal products, things like that. But if you just go on an all fruit diet, like kind of like the Daniel fast, you know, fruits, nuts, grains, that type of thing, like legumes, I think you'll be fine. And I was like, you know what? I don't feel good, so I'm going to try it. So I did. We just right then and there, we got in the car and we went to Costco and we just got a bunch of fruits and just, you know, stuff that we could munch on, right? Then as I started researching it, watching YouTube videos, things like that, what I realized is that I wasn't really doing like a fruitarian diet. It was more of like a whole foods, plant-based diet. I guess people would call it vegan, but the problem with vegan diets is that they still allow like certain oils and stuff. So you'll see like people eating fries, things like that. I didn't want to do that because that hurt my stomach. So it was whole foods plant-based, very minimal oils in general. So it's been 2 weeks, you guys, and I feel so good. I've lost about 6 pounds. And overall this year, I've lost about 18 pounds, but it's been really slow. So it's almost like I don't notice it, but I feel really good. I'm sleeping really good. I think I'm on like day 7 or 8 of no coffee because I have this crazy energy. So I feel really good. I'm going in with my Natasha Denona concealer. This is like literally my favorite. It's just like the Pat McGrath, but it doesn't dry down as fast. I really, really love this concealer. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing. Now, I believe that there's a secret to why I have so much energy and why I'm not doing coffee. Okay. I believe that the secret is because in the mornings I make this little concoction, and I'll just tell you real quick what it is. But if you guys want, I can do like, I don't know, like a little TikTok or something to like show you guys how I put it together. I honestly feel like this is the magic trick. This unlocks everything. And you know why I know that it gives a lot of energy and just makes you feel better is because maybe the next day or the day after that, after we started this eating plan, I have a couple times a month, I have a 7 a.m. meeting, but it's an hour drive. So I get up around 4, you know, just to have my time to get ready in the morning. And those days I am dragging so bad. And I did this little concoction and I did not crash. I think I did have a little bit of coffee that day, but like half a cup. And it was just like I had really clean energy. Well, the more and more that I do it, the more I feel like I just don't need it. I don't need coffee. I still love the smell and everything, but I just feel like I don't need it anymore. Anyway, so I'll start rambling. So the little concoction is you take a whole organic lime, you take a tablespoon of raw organic unfiltered honey. You can buy it at your farmer's market. Then I'm sure if you buy the raw honey at Trader Joe's, that'll work too. Then I take I take the tablespoon of honey, I take a whole organic lime, and then I like squeeze the lime into the honey so it can start kind of breaking it down. And then I sprinkle in cayenne pepper, like a good 3 or 4 shakes of it, make it real spicy or not so spicy if you don't like spice. Then I take turmeric powder, and these are all organic ingredients, okay? And then I do just one little shake. But then I learned that like a little dash of pink Himalayan salt, a little dash of pepper so that the turmeric can be absorbed into the body is all good too. And then a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. You guys, I don't know. I'm just telling you, like, this is my secret weapon. I tell everybody that I meet, because I go on a lot of like coffee, like work coffee appointments or lunches and stuff. I've told so many people, they're like, oh my God, text me the recipe, because it's so good. Now, things that it will be doing in your body that you can't necessarily feel like the energy are, you know, it's an anti-inflammatory, it's an antibacterial, antifungal. My son struggles with a lot of allergies, like seasonal allergies. I've been giving it to him, and I've noticed that like he's not as nasally or congested in the morning. He also is experiencing this crazy energy. Then, look at this concealer. This is amazing. Then I also, oh my God, you guys, this is so crazy. So after my husband got sick, he, like, his lungs are scarred, you know, he had COVID. And so he always he has a little bit of phlegm and then he'll cough. And I always figure like when he coughs, it's not like he has a cough or it's the phlegm. It's like, it's almost like he's coughing to open up his lungs, and like his body's trying to like expand his lungs, you know? Well, we haven't even done it that consistently because I leave so early. So sometimes I don't get to make it for him, but I've started giving it to him. His cough is gone. Like literally his cough is gone, you guys. So I don't even know what it's doing in his body. I just know that I'm so excited and I'm just like, dude, this is incredible. I honestly feel like this is a magic concoction. So then I say, I asked my son, I'm like, where'd you get that little thing from? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I just feel like I watch a lot of videos on nutrition and I just like honey's really good, you know, put a little bit of organic lime for cleansing, for detoxing. He's like, I don't know. I just kind of came up with it. And I had never heard it. And when I tell you that I research a lot of nutrition on YouTube, I had never heard it. But that day that we were talking about it, the very next day I see a TikTok of this lady that, she's doing the same thing, and she says she's using it for weight loss, but it also reduced all the inflammation in her body because she has lupus. So I think inflammation is like the biggest reason why to do this. Inflammation, if you didn't know, I'm not a doctor, but I've heard this over and over. Inflammation is like the root of all disease. The root of any ailment is inflammation in the body. And all the processed foods and all the crap, the fillers that are in our foods, like that stuff causes inflammation. So is it a wonder that we have a high occurrence of cancer in our country? Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm into right now. And I'm feeling really good. You know what, you guys, like, I'm only like 22 pounds away from my goal weight. So that's kind of crazy because I don't know. It's just like I've never been skinny, and it's always been about being skinny versus being healthy. But I'll tell you guys something else that happened is last week I went in for a mammogram, just a regular mammogram. I had one done in 2021, and they found something on the right side. And they did further testing, and they said, no, it's actually just the way that your body's, your body's made. So there's nothing there, nothing to fear. But they said, just so that we can keep an eye on it, come back in 6 months. Well, 6 months later, my husband got sick, and I never went back since, I was supposed to go back, I think in November of 2021. I never went back. Anyway, and so I didn't go back, and it was always on the back of my mind, like, I have to go, like, I have to stay on top of it and be proactive. So I finally made my appointment, and, I went in like fully confident, like everything's good, whatever. And this time, they called me back same day. They said, you need to come back for a second mammogram, more focused mammogram on the left side. So I said, okay. So then I go back, and I was fine up until right before she's about to start right after she did the procedure. I'm like sitting there, and I'm like, what am I going to do if the results are not negative? Like, what am I going to do? And I said, like, in my mind, right? I'm sitting there by myself, and I'm like, am I going to freak out? Am I going to die? Am I going to start this whole thing like my mom? And one thing that really stuck in my head, I'm using the Yenza Silk Bronzing Base. It's really pretty. One thing that always stuck in my head is when my mom was diagnosed with cancer, she was stage 4. And the kind of cancer she had was kind of encapsulated, meaning it didn't spread. It just was growing a tumor. And when they finally saw it, one of the things that the doctor said is like, the tumor is so large, it's probably been growing there for 10 years. And so I thought, okay, well, I'm here on time. Even if it's something that's early, like, am I going to freak out? Like, what am I going to do? And so I just kind of agreed with myself right then and there, like, I'm not going to freak out. Like, I'm doing all the right things, and I don't believe that God is ever late. He's always on time. He's the one that's kind of given me that push, that motivation to start really worrying about what I put in my body, less alcohol, less caffeine, all of that. And I just decided right then and there, I was like, I'm not going to freak out. Like, I'm already doing the right things. And honestly, if it's something and they say chemo, I'm going to tell them to give me a little bit of time. Like, I'm just not going to do that, And so I'm just like sitting there talking to myself about this. But still in the back of my mind thinking the doctor's going to walk in and just say, everything's fine, everything's clear, Well, he comes in and he says, yeah, as suspected, we are very concerned about the left side, but it's just so small that we can't tell. Now there's not one area, there's 2 areas where there's an accumulation of cells that could be an issue. And we can't tell. We can't tell if they're malignant or not. So you have to have a biopsy done. So I have my biopsy scheduled for tomorrow. It's 2 separate biopsies on the left side. And I said, okay, if it turns out to be malignant, like, where do we go from here? What's the treatment? That sort of thing. And he was just like, it could be different for everybody, but honestly, he's like, I wish everybody was in your position, Yadira. I wish that people came in early. Like early detection makes everything different, including severity of treatment, outcome, everything. And so I said, okay. You know, when I tell you guys, I had so much peace walking out of there. I'm like, I'm doing the right things. I'm doing the right things. And I feel good, like with myself. And I know I'm doing the right things. I'm making the right changes. But I sure as hell did call my sisters. And I said, you guys need to take care of this, like now. Now. Because, again, early detection, you guys. Like, I know we're getting into the fall season. I believe that September or October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but this has to be an ongoing conversation because it's one that only I can have with you, you meaning a woman. Okay, this is how God created us, and so get it checked. Like, I know that there's many women out there that are really good about like getting their annual physicals and stuff like that, but for the most part, you guys, I feel like women, they kind of just, hold on, my matcha's here. Thank you. My matcha. Ooh. My sister just made me a matcha latte. For the most part, women just kind of, we're busy, we're taking care of our families, we're working, whatever, and we always leave ourselves kind of on the back burner. None of what you do every day can happen if you're not here, okay? So I just want to encourage you and, you know, just say, please just go get it checked. It's not as scary as people think it is. It doesn't hurt the way that people think it does. Like, just do it and you'll be so happy you did. I will be keeping you guys updated on what they tell me, but I don't know, my spirit's at peace, you know? And I think that some people call it the universe. I call it God. It's like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Like, I feel really good about where I'm at. So anyway, just wanted to share that. Okay, this is my favorite blush right now. This is also in the Blur Balm Powder technology, and it's the Nessa Myricks. This is Rosé and Brunch. God, you guys, it's so pretty. I love this so much. So yeah. Anyway, so that's what's going on there. And then we have started school back up, so, you know, whatever. But I'm excited because this year is when we're having like more family stuff. It's like, you know, like sometimes you go through like a dry season, I call it, where like nobody gets married, nobody has kids. Well, we have 2 weddings, and we had a baby this year in our family, and a quinceañera. So the rest of the year, like starting in October, is going to be really, really busy, but in such a good way. So we'll be in California for 2 weeks in October. So that's exciting because I get to just sit and not like rush a 5-day trip. I get to sit with my friends, relax, enjoy, see everybody. Yeah, really exciting. Look how pretty that looks. Look at the skin, you guys. I'm telling you, like, oh, okay. Maybe I am loving this palette. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous. Anyway, so what's the next thing I wanted to tell you? Ooh, I've been doing this combo with my highlight and it's gorgeous. Okay, so Natasha Denona Balm. This is what does she call this? She calls it a Dew Wet. And it's a highlighting facial balm. I have oily skin. What in the world would I do with a highlighting balm, right? But I'm telling you, this lady's kind of a genius. So it looks like this, and it's clear and it's balmy. It's balmy. It's kind of sticky almost. So what I do is I grab just a tiny little bit and I put it there, and it will do like a small glaze. I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you see? Yeah, you can see the glaze there. It just does like a slight glaze, but it's clear. And then what I do, because I do want the highlighted look, I grab my Rare Beauty in Exhilarate. I wasn't a fan of this with the brush, but I've noticed that if I do like a damp sponge here like this, and I just like, look at that. Sometimes I have to like, you know, tone it down, but look at it. So I'm really loving this. It looks really pretty once you put it all together. Yeah, this is like my new favorite combo right now. So good. All right, I'm gonna grab my Pat McGrath bronzer. This is a daily use too, you guys. Just because I'm extra, and I'm gonna set somewhat the face where I had bronzer. It's a light enough color that it doesn't make that big of a difference, but I like to set that area. Okay, next thing I want to talk about, oh my god, you guys. Is I knew it was there, but oh my goodness, you guys, TikTok shop. I've seen like some TikToks of like girls that show like Spanx or shapewear and like jeans. There's like the Judy blues that are really popular. I haven't really fallen down the rabbit hole of like the live streams that sell stuff. There's some weird people that sell stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like when you see a TikTok and there is like a little link to shop or whatever of the product that they're talking about. I had noticed it because there's like a phone holder for filming, and I thought, oh, that could be good, like in the bathroom, whatever. Well, somebody, just a random person, I don't even follow them, they were showing a mask, like a Korean skincare silk mask. And she's talking about the mask, but the thing that got me, she says, oh my God, you guys, like TikTok shop is crazy. Like it got me, you know, whatever. And so I'm like, TikTok shop? Like, is that a thing? I thought TikTok shop was just when people put the link in the post, right? So I go to the like the search engine on TikTok, and I put in TikTok shop, and holy shit, the TikTok shop shows up. Oh my God. You know, it's like a month or two ago, every influencer, every small influencer for the most part, and their mom had like a Temu haul. I think that's what you call it, Temu, Temu haul. And everybody was like getting sent PR, doing collaborations with the brand, I think it's a brand, I don't know. But they had emailed me to do a collaboration, and I just didn't do it because I was like, I don't know who Temu is, right? And then as soon as I got that email, everybody was doing collabs with them. That's what TikTok shop looks like. It's like you can get like sandals for $1.18. You can get cleaning products for 54 cents. I mean, it's ridiculous. And so kind of went down. Can I help you? Anyways, so I have like 13 or 14 items in my TikTok shop, and it's only like 78 bucks. And then I don't know if you've noticed, but on TikTok they give you like a $20 credit or just all these coupons all the time, and I had never like connected everything. Anyway, so if you're an impulsive shopper, don't go look, but it was kind of crazy. I want to try a trick for my lashes, okay? I saw Rose from Rose and Ben Beauty do this. So basically you take your eyelash curler, and then what you do is you put like powder on it. Then you take the same brush and you just kind of powder your lashes. It's supposed to hold everything a lot better. Then you curl your lashes and hold for 20 seconds, she says. My lashes don't really have a lot of issue with holding curl, but this is supposed to like make them last all day and be very perky. Then you are going to go in with your mascara. My favorite mascara at the moment is the Smashbox Super Fan. I'm going to do my primer first, the Smashbox Lash Extension Primer, just because that's what I do. Okay, so you do your mascara, which I just did my mascara here. And those look pretty lifted to me, but we're gonna try it. So What you do again is you put more powder on this eyelash curler. I'm gonna let my mascara dry a little bit. And essentially what the powder on the eyelash curler would do, it'll make it so that the eyelash curler doesn't stick to the lashes. So I'm gonna put my lashes in, curl. It took off all the mascara. And then you're supposed to just do mascara on the tips, but this took mascara off my entire lashes. Good one. Just ruined the whole look. Now my lashes look all clumpy. Then what Rose does is she takes this little tool and brushes them through so that they don't look clumpy. So that's fine. So that's what they look like. They're definitely a little more curled, but I wouldn't do it. I would say that if you have stick straight lashes that cannot be helped by just mascara and regular curling, definitely try it. It's just, they look fine, but it's too much work for me because I don't have issues with my lashes curling on a regular basis. Just thought I'd try it. So anyways, yeah, that's what's going on. I don't like that hack, by the way. I don't think it works for me. But that's what's been going on in my life, you guys. This is what occupies my mind and my days. What do we think about Natasha Denona, I Need a Nude? Clearly a gorgeous, gorgeous look. Clearly a very basic palette with some pretty shimmers. The shimmers are cool, but like if you have indie shadows in your collection, you're not going to be blown away. So if you haven't purchased it yet, I would say this is a great one for like when she has her holiday sale or the Sephora VIB sales. Like, get it on discount. I know that if you have to have it now, my friend, Sensoray from Enamored Beauty, she does have a Natasha Denona code that I think saves you 15%. So I'll put that in the description box. But I don't think this is a must run and go out and buy one type of palette. Just my thoughts. So there is the final look, you guys. What do you think? It is a beautiful palette. It's very basic, like I said, but it is beautiful. Wait to get it on sale is my recommendation. On the lips, what I have, I thought this red would really give it like a fall-like look, you know? We're definitely getting into fall. I mean, I'm in Texas and it's 96 today, so it's 11 degrees cooler than yesterday. But what I have on the lips is BK Beauty Alter Ego and Gucci, what is this? The Painted Veil. Oh my God, so pretty. But yeah, that's it. So thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what your thoughts are on this palette. Danessa Myricks skin stuff, you guys. If you have like textured skin or large pores like I do, or oily skin, oh my gosh, you're gonna love it. I mean, like the skin looks so good. It looks so good, and it looks like this all day. I would say that I could get like a good 10-hour wear out of this stuff, and I have long days. So, I mean, I'm impressed and I love it so much. So thank you again for hanging out. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Let me know what you guys thought about TikTok Shop and eating whole foods, plant-based, however you're eating. And then also how we tend to have these weird, funky relationships with things like social media, money, all those things. So anyway, I had fun. I hope you did too. I'll see you guys later. Bye.